What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. We got 5 things Americans need to learn from the UK. We are back with Kaylin from Girl Gone London. Absolutely love this channel. I'll put the channel link and the video link in the description, so y'all go check out her channel, subscribe. Before we dive into this, if you happen to enjoy the video, please subscribe to this channel as well. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we need to learn.
But America heard the term open concept and didn't realize it was supposed to be applied to living rooms and kitchens, not public toilets. While I've lived in the UK for the past 13 years, recently I went back to the US and boy, the reverse culture shock is real. In this video, we're going over 5 things America could learn from the UK that are really jarring to me when I'm back home visiting. Number 1. Walking places. I've mentioned this in my UK versus USA health video, but when I'm in America, I miss being able to easily walk
I feel
places.
that.
For example, while staying at my friend's house, there was a place I needed to go to run an errand. And being the British person that I now am, I didn't want to bother her to ask her to drive me, so I looked it up and it was only a 25-minute walk away. But when I looked up this 25-minute walk, it was across major traffic, basically along a highway, and also you can tell from the street view that it's completely void of people walking. It's like the Truman Show, where we have the sidewalks, but it's not really real and nobody actually uses them. There are some great walking cities in the USA, but we need to transform the rest of it to be more walkable. Not just for calories in and calories out, but because it actually opens up a lot more opportunity for people to get places. Maybe your car is broken down. Maybe you can't afford one. Maybe you broke both of your arms and would find it hard to drive, but you can walk. I don't know the exact scenario, but it just would be great if we could walk more places in America. Number 2.
I completely agree with her. That's funny, the example. Maybe you broke both of your arms, but your legs still work. But yeah, at the end of the day, I do agree. We do need to be able to walk more places. Yeah, you can walk, but like she said, it's through a lot of traffic. It feels like almost no matter where you are, unless you're in like a gated community or you're in a neighborhood, a certain neighborhood. I don't. That seems like the only way you can like walk around. But even then, you can't walk to the stores or anything. You just walk around your neighborhood, and that's it. And I just feel like having the ability to walk places would, absolutely help to lower the obesity rate in the United States, get some more people out and about, get some more exercising in. But at the end of the day, we should learn that from the UK. Don't think it will happen. The US is built for cars, so I don't think they're going to change that infrastructure.
Quicker airport procedures. Every time I fly
Facts.
into and through America, I'm always reminded how much of a mess the actual airport experience can be. I truly don't know what it is. It's the security and the check-in lines, and in America, it seems like regardless of the airline or airport, they're almost always crazier than the ones in the UK that I use regularly. Traveling through London Heathrow would seem like it should be a total nightmare. It's a hub for a lot of airlines and basically the gateway to Europe, but guess what? It's typically fast and efficient compared to American airports. There are signs everywhere telling you how far the walk is to your gate. Security never takes me that long, and I'm not saying it's a pleasant experience. Traveling never really is, but
Yeah.
it's tolerable. Not the case at JFK, John F. Kennedy Airport in New York City, for those who don't know.
Oh.
It's total chaos. There are luggage and humans and confusing lines everywhere. This could also be because Americans are bad at queuing. This just occurred to me, but whatever the reason, get it together, American airports. All of these airlines are like, man, you gotta get to your international flight like 3 hours before it departs.
Okay.
That's for you people flying out of LAX. UK airports typically have it sorted. Now, speaking of airports, I had to travel.
I was gonna say it must be like a traveling overseas type thing, like international, where it's just like a lot of cat. Because I definitely say like traveling within the United States, I've never really had any kind of like long wait times with like getting through security or getting through the airport or getting in our gate. They say to get there 2 hours early, but honestly, I feel like I get through pretty quickly, and then I'm just sitting there waiting for the plane for a while. Um, so yeah, I'd say, but I've never flown out of the country. I've never flown international, so I'm definitely gonna take her word for this. That maybe international flights, it's too much. It's taking too long for these airports, getting through security and everything to for them to be able to get to their gate.
Through 4 of them on my last trip with connecting flights, working while I traveled, which meant I was on a lot of different Wi-Fi networks. To make sure that my data stayed protected, I used Private Internet Access, the sponsor of today's video and the most transparent VPN provider that never records or stores user data. A VPN and iOS, so you can use, since I use it on my laptop and on my phone. With Private Internet Access VPN, I was also able to keep watching Gavin and Stacey while I was in America. Gavin and Stacey free. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it. Now, the third thing America should do to keep in line with the UK is removing pharmaceutical advertising. Pharmaceutical advertising is one of those American things that you really do not notice when you live in America, but it becomes wild to think about the second that you leave. Agreed. If you don't know, in the US, companies advertise medication through television ads, online ads, whatever. It could be Zoloft for anxiety or something for psoriasis, or for your eczema or your heart problems. Pick an ailment and there's a drug for it, and it'll be advertised right smack dab in between singers on American Idol. Now, typically the ads start off innocently enough, typically with someone who is living their best life despite their illness, frolicking in the flowers, having orange juice with their family at breakfast. Somehow they're always eating breakfast in these ads. So then Americans buy in and we're like, well, I don't even have allergies, but I wish I did just so I could try this medication. But then, boom, they have to list the side effects, often including the rare ones, so you're left with ads like this.
For adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal.
Which is really confusing and brings me back to my main point. Doctors should really be the one prescribing medication and telling you the side effects, not an ad. Americans need to do something about this pharmaceutical advertising and be more like the UK, where this is not allowed and people get medical advice from medical professionals rather than paid actors.
I do agree with that. I do agree, you know, the doctors, they supposed to know best when it comes to this category. You're supposed to be able to trust them in this one. So it should be up to them to help you as best as they can by prescribing whatever medication they think is best suitable for you. The advertisements don't really bother me just because I'm like, I guess if somebody sees an advertisement of a medication, they're free to talk to their doctor about it and see kind of what their doctors think. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to need a prescription. So it's not like you can just order the medication straight off the advertisement, straight off the TV. You still got to talk to your doctor and get a prescription. So I feel like if you see the ad and as long as the doctor's like, well, okay, we'll try it out and see if, as long as the doctor's willing to give it a shot, that should mean that it could help. I would assume, but I can agree with her coming from the standpoint of don't really need it. Let's let the doctors handle this. But in America, everything revolves around the almighty dollar, so that's why.
Imagine that. The fourth thing on my list is building better walls between bathroom stalls. And I know this is low-hanging fruit because everyone always talks about it, but having just been in bathrooms in the UK airport and then a US airport, I have to say, please, America, build your public bathrooms without massive Grand Canyon-sized gaps in the doors and walls. This is not a group exercise. This is not a partner project. It is already awkward enough using a public bathroom. No one likes this experience. But America heard the term open concept and didn't realize it was supposed to be applied to living rooms and kitchens, not public toilets. It honestly always surprises me so much when I'm home in America because I'm just so used to UK public bathrooms at this point. So I'll walk into an American bathroom and I'm like, where's the rest of the door? Your 5-year-old child should not be able to fit through the gaps in a public bathroom stall. This does not seem like a controversial take to me. Like, the real American dream is being able to use a public bathroom without feeling like you're actually on display to the public. And finally,
I will say I got to completely agree with that one. I have to. I mean, there's no arguments against it, so I think she hit the nail on the head.
5, roundabouts. I have not always been a proponent of roundabouts, but I do see how four-way junctions with traffic lights, which is most common in the US, aren't as good for the flow of traffic. I'm not even suggesting that the US needs to become roundabout central, but I do think we could use more of them. Besides actual traffic flow, the pros of a roundabout is it actually gives you something to do when you're waiting instead of just sitting there and getting bored. I think this is why Brits like them, to be honest, because it's like a challenge every single time. When is it your turn to go? Do you have enough room? At a four-way traffic light, you just sit there and watch everyone else take turns driving while you go nowhere. I just feel like there's a level of anticipation with a roundabout. Just the other day, I was on a really busy one in the UK, and then suddenly we got a clear space where 4 or 5 cars could go through at once, including mine, and I felt like I had won the roundabout lottery. So there you have it. 5 things America could learn from the UK. Will we? Probably not, but we can always hope. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'll say America won't learn not one of those things from the UK, but I do feel like she'll spot on roundabouts. I just feel like it'd be hard to implement roundabouts here in the US because so much of us are not used to driving on them. And so while they are better for the flow of traffic, I think because we don't understand them that well, there'd be some a percentage in accidents going up here. Now, I think if we understood them like they did in the UK, definitely better flow of traffic, less accidents than probably at an intersection. But for the moment, I don't think it would work out for us. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, check out the next one. I'll see y'all next time.